unbelievable. I have an ocular migraine on this side now. I see the zigzags on this side. It was just the other day that I had one over on this side. Wow, this is very colorful. It's down here and it's more defined. I can really see the zigzags, and on the very bottom it's more wide and more colorful than I think I've ever seen before. It actually looks like it's part of a picture, and I'm trying to explain it, and I'm holding it right where I think it is, right where it feels like it is out in space right in front of me. This is definitely more electrical looking, very colorful, and much more wide than the other ocular migraine I just had. And it's crazy. I mean, I have not had an ocular migraine in such a long time, and now I'm having, like, this is the second one in a couple of days already. I don't understand. I was definitely not expecting this at all. I was actually ready to go and walk the dogs with the wife, and when I stood up, I was like, I can't see over on this eye now. And when you close your eyes and it's dark, you can really see the zigzags. When you open your eye, you can see it, and it kind of looks like, imagine seeing a fire burning, and then that weird shaking that you see above the fire when you're looking out at the distance. It kind of like just, distorts your vision. This is kind of similar, but it's in a C configuration that's zigzagged, and this one is color, and now it's out to about here now, where when I first started talking it was down to here. So with it being out this far, it still has to go out past my vision, which is usually about 20 minutes. I am going to take a BC powder. It's a crushed aspirin powder, in case you don't know what a BC powder is. And that usually helps with the migraine that follows, the pain that follows after such a thing. This is the BC powder. It's just caffeine and aspirin. Put it on the under my tongue so I don't taste how bitter it is. Coffee and sugar-free lemonade. I always have sugar-free stuff around because I'm trying to get off of the sugar. It's really getting big and bright, and definitely if I was out driving, could not see very well. It's very colorful. I mean, it's really pretty. You would think that with me covering this eye, I'd be able to see it better, but I still see it. I wonder if I can. It's hard to tell because I can still see it out here through this eye, but when I open up this eye, I can see the whole thing. So is it because my eye is closed and I can see it? And it's an illusion that I can see it out of this eye? I don't know. These ocular migraines are very, very weird. They don't seem to have any rhyme or reason. The only thing I can think of is that I've started to use more sugar-free substitutes as I've been getting off the sugar, and I made a sugar-free mug cake last night. Um, uh, we ate brats, had bacon. It's the only thing with nitrates. Is it a nitrate trigger? I don't know, because I've eaten bacon before and I don't get these things. This is weird. It's on this side, where just a couple days ago it was on this side. So I wonder, do you get them on both sides of the brain? And what you see, it's crossed over in your brain, right? So what I see over here is actually is happening in this side of the brain, right? And if I see something in the other side, it's happening in the other side of the brain, right? Is that's how it works, right? The way vision is. And of course, vision is turned upside down, and our brains turn it around and make it look correct. Weird how everything works. It's getting big. It's about this big now. Very, very colorful. It's like floaters. When you try to look at it, it goes away. You know, I mean, you have to keep on following it, and just stays in that one section. So it's about this big, very colorful. Let me close my eyes and take a look. With it being completely dark like this, I can really see. I'm turning my eyes this way so I can see it peripherally in my eyes. Yeah, so if I turn my eyes this way, it's right here. And as I turn it, so wherever I look, it's in one fixed position. So maybe it's the ocular nerve here in the eye locally, or maybe it's in the brain where the ocular nerve goes into the brain, and maybe this is a type of seizure that happens that's just visual instead of seeing. This is what happens too. When it gets out this big, it's really hard to concentrate and think and form sentences. And now it's like from here all the way up, and then it arcs back down. But it's still in a C configuration. It doesn't go all the way around. It doesn't connect. It's not like a complete circle. And now it's way out here. And I've been talking for 8 minutes now. It's definitely bright. And it's definitely pulsating. Very colorful, zigzagging all the way around. If I was trying to concentrate and look at a computer screen, there's no way I can focus, because it's just, it makes everything blurry. Last night I was not able to sleep. Had a really bad headache. I think it was a continuation of the ocular migraine I had the other day. Even though I took a BC powder when it was on this side over here the other day, I got a pretty good migraine, and last night it was hurting so bad I couldn't sleep. Kind of stayed out here on the couch, very painful in the head, and I took another BC powder this morning when I got up. It's really far out here now, and very colorful. Down here it's very bright. I can see it flashing. It's almost like waves, ripples. This is the most colorful. Okay, so it's come around this way, and it's arced down at an angle. So it's zigzagging up this way. It connects, and then it comes around in this huge C, and then down here in the peripheral is really bright and zigzagging. this is not just a normal, in the shape of a C that just goes out and disappears. This one is extremely bright and very, very noticeable. And like I said, it's coming down from here all the way around, and now it's coming this way into the front of my vision, which is really weird because I can actually look straight at the tail end of this. Very, I would say, psychedelic, very cool, intriguing. Laying down here, not at work. If I was at work, this would suck. I couldn't see the computer screen. If I was driving, this would suck. I wouldn't be able to see where I'm going. If I was anywhere other than at my home, kind of freak out. I would understand. Especially if this is the first time this has ever happened, you'd swear that you're, had a stroke or something. Way far out now. Now it's like way out here in my peripheral. That zigzagging, I see it right here at the tip. It disappears, and then I can see the huge arc. It's going way out here. The bottom part is gone. It's past my vision, and now I'm seeing just way out here, and a little bit where it comes down straight right in front of my eyes. Very colorful, very wavy, very intense. Usually when they're this bright and intense and colorful, I know I'm gonna get as soon as it's gone out of my vision, which is really close now it's like way up here. All I see is this last arc up here and a little tail right here that arcs around. I don't see the bottom over here anymore. It's gone. So probably another 5 minutes before it's completely gone. And with it being 12, see, I can barely see the time on here now. Looks like 12 and a half minutes, but it's so blurry. I think that's what it says. I can't tell. With me talking 12, almost 13 minutes, 15, 20, I probably had it for a couple minutes before I noticed it and turned this on. So yeah, they last pretty much 20 minutes. And I only know that because I turned this on and I tried to talk about what's going on when this happens so I can look back at it. Okay, it's way, way up here. I see just a little bit up here and just a little bit of that little bit that was right here in the field of my vision. Trying to look at the numbers again, it's still blurry and wavy. Once again, this little tip that comes down on this big C, this big arc, is zigzagging, and it's similar to looking at like fire on the grill when you're grilling outside, and right above the flames in the grill, everything is wavy. That's what I'm kind of seeing right now. It's just wavy in front of me, and it's difficult to actually see the time. I just see the very top of this arc now, so it's almost gone. Even if I close my eyes, oh wow, I close my eyes and now the zigzag is right in front of my eyes now. It's right there, right where I look. Right where I look. Yeah, it's right there. I normally don't get that, but I think it's the arc that came down. It's still right here in front of my eyes. That's what it looks like. It's hard to tell. Can barely see it. I would say, you know what? I would say that it kind of looks like the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights, but more electrical, and more pulsating at a faster speed. And now I still see some up here, but it's mostly right almost in front of my eyes, but just a little bit off right here is zigzagging and flashing. It's easier to see. Yeah, it's like right in front of my field of vision, right there, right in front of me now. I still see a little bit way out here. What could this possibly be? What have I done differently that would have caused this? Other than maybe it's a. I'm using that sugar alcohol, the non-sugar sweetener, the erythritol, no sugar, and then my different sweeteners that I'm drinking. And I'm trying to get off of that, so I've been drinking more water than I normally do. Now the zigzagging is like, if I'm looking right at you, it's right here, just all wavy. And I don't see the arc anymore. Maybe a little bit up here, but mostly it's like right here in this field of vision. As I'm looking at you, it's like right about here. And it's still there. It almost looks like, when I'm closing my eyes, it almost looks like I'm looking down a dark tunnel, and at the end of I'm starting to feel the headache. I'm starting to feel the headache. That's why I took the BC powder. I should have taken a little bit sooner so it gets in my system better. Yeah, I can feel it starting to come around the back of my neck and head. Pretty much like clockwork, so I know what to expect. Wow, it's right in the middle of this vision now. I cannot see the numbers at all on my phone. It is that blurry and that wavy. Wow. That is crazy. And it's still, when I'm looking at you, it's still right here. That's the main point, and it's really wavy. I'm trying to see the time. I think it's, I can't see it. So whatever the time is, it usually lasts for 20 minutes. This is the longest. Usually when it goes out past the arc, up here, when the C disappears, it's over. But this one is weird because it's still just like right here. That when it first arced, it came out like that, and then it had that weird arc that came down. That arc that came down is still here, but the rest of it disappeared and went off to this side of me. And it's still there. Matter of fact, it's a little bit lower now where it was up here. It looks like it's still zigzagging and pulsating right here. And I can really feel my head starting to hurt. And very difficult to think. Almost feels like when you get up too quick and your mind tunnels, reality collapses, dream states. I just feel like they're crossing. You're really tired. that you're awake. I still see it. Still there. But it's much lower. It's like down in this direction. But it's still there. It's like it started and it dripped. It's falling. It's down here. It's, eyes are hurting too now. My headache. I don't feel the pain in the head now. Eyes are sore. Eyelids. And not vision. It's kind of like it's exhausted. And it's almost kind of, yeah. But mostly it isn't. It's way in the, yeah, the pitch. But yeah. Oh. That's just feel exhausted. But the pain, the head pain, I thought I was going to have more. It's not bad. My eyes feel sore. What? Want the ball? Good catch. Such a good dog. I know. Are you Chewbacca? You are Chewbacca. I know. Wow. I just don't even know. You don't know either? I know. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. It just feels like you start going. I don't see any more zigzags. It looks like it's completely gone. That was definitely more intense than the other one. I think I'm going to stay off that. I think I'm going to stay off sweeteners, the artificial sweeteners. I've already been off of sugar for about 20 days. Sticking with meats and veggies and fruit, cooking my meals at home and not going out. I just don't know what else this trigger would have been. I didn't feel very well yesterday. I don't know. That was weird. It's almost like you get drugged and you zone out and then you come back slowly. Weird. I can see the time, 28 minutes. Wow. I was not expecting it to be that long. So I'm going to upload this so you can see what's going on. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you had an ocular migraine? Do you think you know what your triggers are? Because I'm at a loss of triggers. I thought I, you know, I don't know. I can't think very well right now. It's usually what happens after these ocular migraines. I just can't think. It's like somebody wiped out my processing power on my brain. Maybe it feels like I've been up for, it feels like I've been up for days and it's hard to process. It's hard to think, you know, and after a good night's sleep, you feel better type of thing. I know that you guys had insomnia before, and you know what I'm talking about. After being awake for so long, your mind just, you can't think. You just can't think. It's like your processing power is gone. Who you are is gone. It's like you've changed. You've dumbed down. Like if I had to go take a exam or a quiz on anything, I'd pass. I couldn't do it. It's just hard to think. So, rest of the day, I'm just gonna kick back and relax. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think this is all about. And thank you again for watching.